Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. Today we're going to talk about what does your online presence look like? And I got to tell you this, when I was in mortgage protection, final expense, and I was kind of just doing the deal and running leads, I never paid attention to this stuff because I was just on to the next lead, trying to make a dollar, right? Trying to help another family out. And I really put my digital presence on the backside because I didn't think it was really necessary. I mean, obviously, if I'm going from house to house to house, who's going to be looking at my website, so on and so forth. And it was very costly. It was a costly mistake because in the world that we're in today, digital presence really matters. And it's not just about slapping up a website and thinking that that's going to be, the end all be all. It is so important that you relay the message and the mission of your firm through your digital presence. Now, again, when I say digital presence, I'm talking about your website, talking about, social media. Everything needs to be congruent in the messaging. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. Where I went wrong is I didn't have any messaging. I didn't have any presence. Really to the last few years, I started taking it very seriously and pushing it. And the thing about it is this, when you're getting into the digital space, you need to figure out the analytics and be able to watch the analytics to see what kind of traction you're getting. Because at first, it may not look like a lot. But then when you're out there and you're doing a lot of big deals, you're doing a lot of business, and you start seeing, wow, there's a lot of people visiting my website. There's a lot of people with eyeballs on these certain things. It allows you to build your digital presence faster and stronger. Here's what I mean. Let's say that I've got a website and I have multiple videos on there. Maybe it's on different topics. Maybe you're doing a podcast, whatever you can do. We'll talk about branding later. But whatever you've got going on there, a resource, a blog, a podcast, a video, you want to be able to track the analytics and see who's watching what. Because let me give you an example here. Let's say you put up a video and it's about the new Secure Act 2.0 or, estate planning or taxes or whatever you do a video on. And you can track on your website how many views that video has gotten. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, because if you put up a video that gets 10 views and then you put up another video that gets 200 views, obviously you can start figuring out what your audience is looking for, what kind of content they're looking for, and therefore through trial and error, you can begin using that content to get in front of more people, the content that they want to hear. Let your clients dictate what type of resources and what type of messaging you put up on your website because that's what they're going to want. And don't be afraid to survey your clients as well. Here's one thing that we started doing. We started figuring out our digital presence and really want to grow it to a different level is we asked our clients, what do you want to see? What would you like to hear about? What could we offer you to make it valuable for you to want to come back to our website over and over and over again? What type of materials would you like to see up there? What kind of content? What kind of blog materials? Do you like to read things or would you rather see in a video type? Or would you rather have a podcast that you could listen to in your car? You see, so often we try to just go out there and throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. The reality is, what you should be doing is building it around what your clients want. Because if you can get your clients to say, you know what, I would like to listen to a podcast. I'm in my car all the time, and you survey 50 of your clients, and the majority of them would rather see a podcast. Wouldn't you want to know that instead of you doing a blog that no one's going to read and you're wasting your time? Or you shooting a video that there's no way for them to watch it other than they go to your website and they can't watch it because they're in the car. Maybe they can listen to the audio, but it's not the same as the podcast. So again, spend a lot less time trying to figure these things out. Survey your clients, ask them what they would like to see, and use that to your website. The other reason why you want to do something like that is because if your clients, if 30 out of your 50 clients say, I'd like a podcast, well, what a great way for you to begin getting more referrals too. Why? Because they can share that podcast with their friends a lot easier. So maybe you're like me and you suck at getting referrals or you hate asking for them, you're just not good at it. It's like my kryptonite, right? That's okay because you can use third-party tools to do it without you having to ask, right? So you could simply say, hey, Here's our podcast. Be sure to send them to your friends. Be sure to share this with your coworker. Do you know a coworker that would like to know more about the newest Secure Act, or that would like to know about estate planning, or it's tax season? Do you think this would benefit them? And instead of asking for a referral, ask them to share the messaging with their coworkers. There's so much you can do with your website, but your website needs to be a reflection of you and your company's mission, because that's the first thing that they're going to see. So if you go to my website, I'll give you a website, so you can go to polimeni.financialgroup.com. It's my website. Feel free to look at it. Everything has been done for a purpose. The beginning, where the office walkthrough, I want people to know that we have an office. We're not in my mom's basement doing this, right? That's important, especially in the world we live in today, where the majority of you are either doing telesales, you're doing Zoom meetings, right, and you're doing all this stuff with your clients all over the United States. They need to feel that you are real. They need to know that your company is legitimate. And so your job is to make them feel comfortable with you through your digital presence, because it's the first step. It's probably the first thing they're going to see, right? Because the first thing they're going to do is Google you. And if they do, what shows up? So your digital presence matters. So again, you should have videos of you. I have a bio. My entire team, we all have bio videos of who we are. Anybody that's a producer with us has a bio video. That's important to get to know people. All of our upcoming events, I want my clients that go there to see that we've got 40 events coming up. I want them to see the events I'm doing for NASA and all these hospitals and all these other, whatever we're doing. I want them to see all the stuff that we're doing for our client events, our ambassador program events, so on and so forth. I want people to see that. You should too. You should have an easy way for people to contact you. You should have a resource tab that people can go to and learn. I mean, your website needs to be a go-to resource for people to want to come back, learn more, do business with you, share it with their friends, give you referrals, make it easy for people to want to do business with you. That's what your digital presence should look like. Now, in the next coming videos that we're going to do, we're going to talk about the difference between marketing and branding, because I think those are two different things that people really make a lot of mistakes on. But thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Hey, if this was helpful, comment below. We'll see you in the next episode.